All right, this is Wyoming Rick Treasure Reveal. It's been a while since I've done a bag of dimes, but this particular bank I get these dimes at tends to have silver in them. I have had a bag or two that didn't, but for the most part, I usually find some silver coins in these bags from this particular bank. I've got another bank in my area where I live that is the same way. When I get dimes from them, I usually find silver. The reason is their machines, when customers and people bring in dimes to dump, whether they be customers or business owners, those machines in the back that they run those coins through do not discriminate against silver. And so the tellers at these banks do not go through the coins. They just put them in there and they give the people their cash or deposit or however it is they're doing it for bringing their dimes in. And then people like me come along and they're kind enough to let me pick up these bags. So I'm thankful for that. So anyway, I'm going to cut this bag open. It's a brand new bag. And hopefully I can find some silver in this bag. Don't let me down, bag. After I bragged on you, don't let me down. So here we go. I got the top cut off. And what I like to do this right here. And I'm going to get some styrofoam plates to look at the, dump the dimes on. And so I'll just pitch them into a little plastic tote to get them prepped for taking back to the bank tomorrow. That's kind of how that works with me. So I'll cut this all the way open. And I'll throw this off. And I'm going to grab my trusty spectacles. And I'm going to just look through a few while we're here together. And I'm going to see if I can find something while we're here together. And then I'll go off for just a little bit and come back when I do find something. If I don't find something here in just a little bit. I'll just kind of glance in there and see if I can spot something that's obvious silver. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes it doesn't. But I thought I had one there, but it's not. Okay. Kind of shake these up a little bit like this right here. And kind of get them stacked up against each other so I can see those edges sticking out. And see if we can find something. Bring this down a little bit and just look at them as I bring them down. But yeah, this is the best way. I like hunting dimes this way. Instead of doing it in rows that's wrapped, it just seems like it's better that way. You don't have to worry about tearing into the rows. And like I say, I do have pretty good success with this. And it's been a while since I've done this. And so anyway, I don't see anything obvious right now. Right, wait a minute. No, that's not one. But I will find something. I'm pretty confident of that. So, all right. I'll bring you back in here in just a little bit when I find something. I was hoping to find something while we were rolling the camera. Sometimes I do, sometimes no. But anyway, all right, I'll bring you back in just a little bit. All right, I got my first find of the hunt, but it is not a silver dime. I looked in the bag, and it was set between some other coins, and you can tell this edge is really thick, and you can tell the reeds are different on the edge. And I got looking at it, it's a British coin. It's a 5 pence. Still a cool find, so I've got a separate bag I like to put my foreign coins in because they're just cool. And it's amazing that you find these in these bags. But I'd rather find silver Roosevelt or some the Mercury dimes would be so much better. Look here. That's not silver, is it? Is this silver? It looks silver. I think I've got a silver. See that? Right there, there's a silver. I know that's a silver. Let's look at it. Yep, 1964. Look at that. So, a 1964. So there's my first silver dime of the hunt. So that is really cool. Yeah, a 1964. Wow. They're just sitting right there on the edge. Let's look at here again and see if I can find any more. Doing this, just kind of, and I'll shake the bag every once in a while, get the coins to stand up more on their sides, and they'll press up against each other, and then you can find them that way. So, anyway, that looks like one right there. I think this is one. Do I have another one? I think I do. See that? Right there. Should be able to see it. Right here. I'm peeling these off. I think I've got a second one. In fact, I do have a second one. 1963. So there's 2 silver dimes. While we were looking together, a 63 and a 64. Just slide these out of the way and see if I can find another one while we're doing this. So that's 2. Yeah, I have good success at this bank. So as long as I can find silver dimes at this bank, I'm going to continue to go get bags of dimes at this bank. I took out a bank account number at this particular bank just so they'll let me get coins. Because you know, a lot of these banks, they'll ask you, they'll say, do you have an account with us? No, I do not. Well, we cannot give you any coins. And that's just the way that story goes. But all right, I found 2 while we were here together. That is really cool. And I'll go ahead and put this one out there with it, the British 5 pence. All right, I'm going to get back to the hunt and see what else I can find. And I'll bring you back in when I find something. Okay, I am back with another find. I'm going to try to zoom this in so you can look at it. It's a 1940. Let me make this a little bigger. The date's kind of wearing out on it, but it looks like a 1949 Roosevelt. I found this just a little bit ago. There's that beautiful silver edge, but it looks like a 1949. And I did find another find. I found a Canadian dime. So for the hunt so far, I've got 1, 2, 3 silver dimes, and then that British 5 pence, year 2000, and then I've got a Canadian dime, 1974. So that's 3 silvers that I have found so far. It's really cool. And so what I do, like I said, I'm starting to call the bag down. The number of coins, like near as many as they were. I'll just pinch these and look at them like this right here. Then I throw them on the styrofoam plate. After I get the plate filled, I'll just dump it right off over here in my little plastic tote to get it ready to be taken back to the bank tomorrow. So that's how I work this. But anyway, you shake the bag a little bit, and you get the bag, the coins to kind of turn sideways on each other. And make sure your zoom is up a little bit so that you can really see it. And there you go. And if I see something, if I see a silver edge, I'm going to know it. All right, there we go. That's a better focus. All right, I'm going to continue to do this, and I'll get through this bag pretty quick. It doesn't take too long with dimes. Usually takes me about an hour to an hour and a half, depending on what I'm finding or if any distractions take place. That's something I got to go take care of. But about an hour and a half max for a $500 bag of dimes. That's about what it amounts to. And yeah, so I'm having pretty good success. So very happy that I've got 3 finds so far on the silver dimes. All right, I'm going to get back to the hunt, and I'll bring you back in when I find something. Well, I'm back with 2 more finds. I found another Canadian nickel, and I found my 4th silver nickel. I said nickel. I mean dime. Sorry about that. And I found my 4th silver dime, another 1964. So I'm going to put that right there. This right here. So there's the 2 Canadian dimes, the 4 Roosevelt dimes, 2 1964 lined up there, and a 49. That date's kind of tough to see, but you can see it. And there's the 63. There's that British 5 pence. So I'm pretty happy with my find so far. And this is what I've got left out of the bag to do. So I just keep cutting the size of the bag down as I go. And again, I like to keep these flaps like this so I can pull it up like this and see how they kind of stand up on their sides. And you reach in there and you pinch them and grab them and pull them out and look at them. And so it makes it a lot easier to find them as opposed to dumping them on the table and then trying to pinch them up off the table. I like doing it this way. Anyway, I'll bring you back in just as soon as I find something else. If I don't find anything else, then I'll bring you back in and let you know. Either way, I'll bring you back in. Thank you for viewing the video. Please hit like and subscribe. I appreciate all of those who subscribe to my channel and those that watch. I sure appreciate you. Okay, here are the final results of my $500 bag of dimes hunt. And here we go. I'm going to pull the zoom in so you can see these a little clearer. 1963, 1964, I think. Is it 64? I got to look at that. I should have looked at this really good before I finalized this video. Yeah, 64. And this one's a 1964. Or 1957, actually, and another 1964. So two 1964s, a 1963, 1957, and a 1949. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Canadian dimes. Now, right here is a 1965. That's 80% silver. This is a 1968, and I can't remember if 68, wait a minute, 68 have silver content or not? It might be 1967 and older. 68 might be 50%. I'm not sure. But I know this one's 80% because it's a 1965. So anyway, 5 silver dimes, 7 Canadian coins, one of them being silver for sure, and then the 1 5-pence British coin, 2000. So anyway, it was a good hunt, and anytime I get an opportunity to get a bag of dimes from this particular bank, I usually find silver coins, as I said before. So I thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. I wish you the best of luck on your hunts, and until the next time, I'll see you at the next video.